last week on The Pulse.
Use your eyes, not your ears. Guys, the ESPN game, even back in the day, ESPN night game was the deal. It wasn't CBS back then, it was the ESPN night game.
Ole Miss, a very speedy defense made up of some scrappy guys.
Not at all the way we thought this one would go tonight at the beginning, but it does. Ole Miss the victory, the Aggies take the loss.
Lord, help us come in here with a good focus, good mindset, and to play for each other. And remember that we're still in this as a team and to support each other always, and just to push each other to be great, Lord. Keep everybody safe today, and we ask all these things in your Son's holy name, Lord. Amen.
Offensively, we got to throw, catch, know your assignment. Let's be sharp, okay? Walkthrough is in there. Defense, walkthrough is in there for tomorrow. We got to pick up the pace. Be sharp on what you're doing, okay? Be able to adjust. Be able to communicate. It's going to be loud. We've been on the road before. Last time we went on the road, we had communication problems in a place that wasn't nearly as loud as South Carolina. I don't know what the hell was wrong with you guys. Right? But we can't do that anymore. Right? Communicate tomorrow. Defense, communicate tomorrow. Be confident. All right? Everybody good? Okay, that's it. Got it.
Hey, man, I'm going to tell you right now, bro. All right.
Good job today. Family on three. 1, 2, 3.
Family.
The grind continues. The Aggies' fourth straight SEC West game has them facing the Alabama Crimson Tide, who will likely come in angry after hearing most feel they haven't lived up to expectations in recent weeks.
All right, I want to play as fast as you can. Be prepared to play consecutive plays today. Going in and out of, Brown will go right into laser. Play as fast as you can. Who cares if it's into the boundary or not? All these plays are set up to be good to the field and good into the boundary.
Make quick plays, make the tuck, quick tuck, okay? Third down focus. Malcolm talked about this the other day. I thought this was great. He talked about third down. He locks in just a little more because that's the money now. Focus is on making that play. Make the play, and then we go from there.
A&M Alabama, another big game. A&M winning there 2 years ago, kind of shocked the country, put it to them, took down number 1 Alabama.
Is A&M going to let Amari Cooper get loose? Are they going to have those easy shots down the field because A&M is so concerned about the Alabama ground game?
Alabama is not invincible, so it would be foolish to say the Aggies have no chance.
The Pulse, Texas A&M Football is presented by AT&T, building you a better network.
If you are a college football fan, you must make Tuscaloosa on a Saturday afternoon atop your wish list. If you want a presence for college football, this place is smoking.
Talladega tickets, Geico 500. Yep. Bama today, Dale Earnhardt Jr. tomorrow.
Tuscaloosa is teeming. The Aggies are in town to remind the Alabama faithful of their last home loss. 2 times these tradition-rich programs have met as SEC foes. 2 classics ensued. A new rivalry may be budding in this conference.
Yeah, it's on the calendar. Matter of fact, a lot of the kids are living in Atlanta and other areas now, and everyone circled this one early on to come back and visit.
Family, friends, good time, Bama tradition.
My dad and my sister graduated from A&M. So now we have like a family rivalry going, so.
I think it is a little bit of a revenge game, seeing A&M did beat us at home 2 years ago, so we'll see what's going to happen.
It's a tough league, and if you don't have your A game, every game's a challenge.
Well, if the Alabama fan base is irritated or annoyed, think about the Aggies. They start off 5-0, huge win at South Carolina. Now they've run into those two teams from the state of Mississippi.
Turn up on three. 1, 2, 3. Turn up. Let's go, D. Let's go, baby. We're out.
All right, Bertolet is ready to kick this one off. Ball is in the air, and this will be a touchback.
Here's Sims. Drills it. Completes it. Quick flip, right side. That's Cooper. One-on-one. We've seen that before.
Wide split. I wonder if they're going to try to bring somebody in that split area right here.
Sims looks there, drills it.
Oh, man. Oh, man.
That might have been 6.
And that's the guy who ended the game here 2 years ago with an interception. And this one would have been a 7 points the other way. You could almost see this with this wide split. Something was coming across, and then, boy, bad route, bad execution, and Everett should be changing the scoreboard.
It's 3rd and 4. 4-man rush, they stunt Xavier Dixon. That's his 6th sack of the year. 3-0. Crimson Tide has the ball again. Pretty easy. Pretty embarrassing. The floodgates have opened.
This is a very proud university that played defense for years. Watching this happen to them today.
You reach the point, if you're the Aggies, you just can't wait to run out the clock and get on the plane and go home.
Well, unfortunately, that's not going to happen. They're going to have to play this thing out.
Out. That's the first half. And Alabama has put a number on the Aggies here. It is 45-0 at the intermission. Number 21, Texas A&M, having it handed to them by number 7, Alabama, at Bryant-Denny here in Tuscaloosa.
This segment of The Pulse, Texas A&M Football, is brought to you by Bud Light, the perfect beer when you're up for whatever.
When it's that difficult in the first half, what's the message in the locker room?
The message is to keep playing, and the message is still evaluating in the second half and how you play, what's your responsibility, and what effort you're playing with. So, you know, guys who have played, they got a chance to do something to start the half. The guys who haven't, they got a chance to do something in the second half and play and show us that they deserve to play.
Thanks.
Thanks.
I would have been most upset if I was Kevin Sumlin with those last special team plays. Remember the punt return by Christian Jones, and then that last kickoff where they're dancing all over almost our bodies on the field. You got to bow up and be football players here.
Fresh faces would see action in the second half, hoping to salvage whatever they could. However, Bama wouldn't budge. Despite proving all they needed to, that chip on their shoulder stayed right where it was.
Fake the draw. Sims got him wide open. Amari Cooper, touchdown.
Jeez. You know, at this point, I really don't know what to say. I mean, this is the time of a game where you're looking around and you're telling your teammates, we're going to check the film, and if you quit on us, you're going to be in trouble.
Kenny looking, still looking, throws, diving catch. That Niederhofer, he made the catch across the 30. At the 33-yard line goes Niederhofer. Bright spot for the Aggies on that one. 15 yards, one of our best plays of the day.
Brandon Williams goes left. And for the first time this afternoon, the Aggies are in Alabama territory. Across the middle, caught. That's Josh Reynolds, number 11. Fumbled and out of bounds, so A&M will maintain control. And
teammates watch teammates at end of games. They don't need coaches to tell them who's quitting. Teammates know who doesn't finish a football game.
Play action. Here's Coker, and there's a sack by Texas A&M. And the sack is by Deshaun Hall. It's our first sack today back at the 40-yard line.
Here's the kickoff.
Uh-oh.
Trey Williams.
I thought that A&M was going to avoid the shutout on special teams.
Across the middle, incomplete, ball goes over. Sabian Holmes, the intended receiver.
You could feel that Alabama defense wanting that shutout on that one.
And I think that's probably going to be it. They're going to let the clock run off, and they will. That's the ball game. And the Aggies will drop it here to Alabama. Shutout. Alabama 59. Texas A&M nothing.
I'm just shocked. I'm just shocked. And I knew Alabama was a good football team, but I certainly didn't expect this, and I don't think anybody else did.
A seldom seen defeat. Alabama was unstoppable on offense, immovable on defense. Any questions about the Tide before this one were answered. The Aggies were left confounded.
Questions for Coach?
Last week you said everyone needed to look in the mirror and reevaluate, and this was the result. How can that be, and what does that say about where you guys are?
It's hard to say where we are right now, and I think the bye week comes at a good time. My message was that similar to last week, we do need to look within, examine, what we're doing schematically, personnel. I think we saw a bunch of new faces out there in the second half that, defensively didn't do too poorly. And evaluate, where we are.
We got things we need to work on, offensively, defensively, and special teams wise. And when all three of those things aren't going your way, then it's hard to win the game.
I just think we need to go back and regroup. I mean, yeah, we have problems, but that's why you have bye weeks to go back and work on those problems.
But however you cut it, that performance was, unacceptable and embarrassing. We've got to get back to work and look at and examine where we are right now, and how we can get better, how we can improve our level of performance.
This segment of The Pulse, Texas A&M Football, is brought to you by Pepsi. Now is what we make it. Grab a Pepsi and some friends and get out there and live it. It's time to live for now.
Particularly vexing, maybe the shutout. You never experienced one of those as a head coach yet.
No, never experienced a game like this as a head coach. So, there's a lot of things, a lot of firsts today. Yeah, that's never happened. There's a lot of stats out there that have come up that I don't pay attention to. But, yeah, you can't win a game if you don't score any points. There are no more ties. For something like that to happen that is that major, it's got to be across the board, and we weren't very good in any phase.
After 3 straight defeats, talk from every angle will surround the Aggies, and very little of it will be flattering. That's why Kevin Sumlin told his team after the game it's only the communication from within that's important.
In times like this, the message was that your true character is being revealed and will continue to be revealed. When you're winning and everybody's patting you on the back, guess what? You know, it's things are easy. Yeah, when something like this happens and you've lost 3 in a row, you know, you've got to be honest with yourself, number one, but number two, we've got to help each other pull ourselves out of this. And you can't do that unless you're together. And so everybody's going to have their opinion about what should be done, what can be done, but they're not playing or coaching in the games. And so for us to be back to the team that we need to be, we need to believe in each other, we need to talk to each other, and need to trust each other. You're playing in the SEC West, it's going to be, you're going to face adversity every week. Now, how you respond to that is what's important. And, you know, I would say that the last couple of weeks, we haven't responded very well. That's our challenge. Our challenge as coaches, our challenge as players is, number one, understand, you know, that things aren't going to go right all the time, but then when they don't, now what?
And that's the question. Now more than ever, it is not about what's happened to you. It is about your response. A 3-game losing streak is a much tougher test than a 5-0 start. With questions abound, it's the Aggies that are in control of the answers.
There's still a lot of football to be played, you know, particularly in the West. You know, we're going to play some really good teams down the road in our division that will have a lot to say about, you know, who's going to represent the West in the SEC championship game. So, you know, got a lot of good football to play, a lot of good teams to play, and still a lot for this team to accomplish. We're going to take this week and exchange, you know, the Saturday opponent for us, and we need to try to make ourselves better across the board. And this week will be about us and getting back to what we need to do to be successful for the last couple months of this season.
Doing all the stuff that you believe in. Aggieland, we see it top season. I do it for the fam, that's the reason. I'm maroon, out my blood, I'm bleeding.